Be prepared for the anarchy that's about to ensue right here on this dais. I'm not even talking about what's on the track.
Exactly. It's going to be total mayhem. I'm afraid. I'm afraid and a little bit sweaty right now. But I did wear rubber pants, so I think we're good. We're okay to start things off. This is not Port Scandalous' first bout of the Wild West Showdown, is it?
No, it's not. They started out last night for day one against Lava City, where they came away with the win. It's a great way to start out the tournament. There's the starting whistle right now. We got both jammers trying to get through that pack. If you're new to the roller derby world, you want to keep an eye out on those skaters with the stars on the helmet. That's the jammer. Their job is to get through the pack, the blockers, and put points on the board for their team. Mary Magdalene Anya going to the outside track on turn 2, picking up lead jammer status. Now, lead jammer is the option where you actually get to call off the jam at any time, defense and offense position.
And right off the bat here, we've got an illegal maneuver. That's a cut in the track for number 27, Her Majesty for Slaughterhouse, sending her to the sin bin. Sets up what we call a power jam here. There's only one offensive player now on the flat track, and that girl belongs to Port Scandalous.
That's right. She just put 5 points on the board. That's a grand slam for Port Scandalous. Coming through, getting the last line of defense, number 85. Tripsy Gypsy trying to hold her back, but she's still going to get through to pick up another grand slam for 5 more points on the board for PSRD.
Right back in at Adam again. One blocker to beat. She does. And she's right on through. 5 more points on the board. Big grand slam. Port Scandalous taking it to the limit right off the bat. We're not even barely 2 minutes into this bout. And we're seeing Port Scandalous run up the score here, 15-0.
Mary Magdalene Anya in a power jam situation. She's going to do the best she can to get as many points on the board while she's the only jammer out there, and she's doing a great job of it right now, sitting at 15 points for PSRD as she goes up against the last line of defense for Slaughterhouse, blows right through to pick up 5 more. That's a 20-point jam so far for the Intense City Rollers.
Her Majesty out of the penalty box and into that pack, but still having fits, getting recycled all the way to the back by Amberetta Pistol. And she's going to try it all over again. Big hit up front there. Going to send her right back to the flat track and recycle her all the way to the back yet again.
Huge hit on turn 2. I believe that was by Amberetta Pistols too. Jam is called off. That's going to be 4 more points. 24-point jam for Mary Magdalene Anya. That's pretty amazing. Last night she was on skates between her and Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. They jammed the entire bout last night, so they got to be dog tired, but I think they're ready to go today.
Scuttlebutt doesn't get tired. I just hear her make like a whirring noise every once in a while and then just kind of shut down for a moment or two.
Right, she doesn't get tired, she gets faster. We got number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. Gonna skate up against WB2, Wile E. Coyote. Both of them got that jam star on. Once again, the jammer is the point scoring skater on each team.
Wild E. Coyote stuck at the back of the pack there. Looks like Brawliana giving her fits. Brawliana no stranger to laying on some hits to some jammers, that's for sure. And the red skaters are seeing whatever they can do to get through this pack.
Chris tonight going to be assessed for a penalty. I believe it's directional on a block she gave to Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber just before she picked up that lead jammer status. Scuttlebutt breaking through the pack again to pick up 5 points for PSRD.
Wild E. Coyote, meanwhile, breaking through, beginning her scoring pass now. Looking to tighten up this score as it stands right now. Port Scandalous up 29-0. And she couldn't quite make it there this time. That was close. A big heads-up play by Scuttlebutt to call it off right before Wild E. Coyote made it into that pack.
So far, the third jam of the night, and we got Mary Magdalene Anya back out on the track for Port Scandalous Intense City Rollers. She's going to be skating up against number 151, MC Slamma from Slaughterhouse Derby Dolls.
There's the whistle. MC Slamma says, please, Slamma, don't hurt him. But she's trying to hurt him, getting through that pack. Look at this. Trying for that outside line, just trying to keep it in bounds, but she didn't. That's a cut in the track. Sometimes close just doesn't quite cut it in roller derby, and that's going to send her to the sin bin. Another power jam 2 power jams within 5 minutes here for Port Scandalous.
That's right. She did get a no pass on that, which means she is not lead jammer, I believe. Getting knocked out on turn 2. She's cycling back, getting a little help from Wicked Slam. She's going to blaze through the pack. She has made her initial pass, so that's going to put 5 points on the board for PSRD's Intent City Rollers.
Girls in red now setting up their blocking line to see whatever they can do here. Trying to hold on to the inside line. We see both these blockers up front fighting for their lives, but nonetheless, they've got to let her go on by, and Mary Magdalene Anya is going to skate away with another big 5-point pass for the girls in black.
All right, down here on turn 3, Anya's trying to push her way through number 5, Antivirus, and it looks like number D-Day doll, number C53D, before she can pick up 5 more points for Port Scandalous. So far, she's sitting at 15 points in this jam.
Pack resetting, awaiting that jammer yet again. Big red wall up front, right in front of the announcer's booth here, waiting to see what happens. But look at this. Mary Magdalene Anya just tearing apart this defense. But what do I see now? Peas, Slamma, don't hurt him. Just skate on by. Trying to call it off, but you can only do that when you're the lead jammer. And that's not what's going on here for Port Scandalous. As MC Slammer smashes into that pack. Pack is split up. They've got to let her go. That's 4 points on the board, and we've got a derby bout here. Slaughterhouse makes it onto the board. Amazing second effort there by MC Slamma.
Slaughterhouse coming back, putting 4 points on the board. Mary Magdalene Anya did score 20 points in that last jam. We have a score of 52-4. 23 minutes left in this first half. Stepping back up to that jammer line, 222. Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber again. Going up against Play Chicken With Me, number 52 from Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
Blockers lining up on the pivot line? What?
What? There was a time that happened, I heard. Whistle's blown, action starts. Scuttlebutt's looking for a line on the outside. It looks like she's going to find it. Picking lead jammer up before she throws a block down on Play Chicken With Me. I guess she's going to take her name seriously.
They're both playing chicken out there right now. Scuttlebutt not about to take any sass from that crazy fool helicopter pilot. As Play Chicken With Me is just trying to do whatever she can to get by that 5th blocker out there, and Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber.
Now Scuttlebutt does have lead jammer status, which gives her the option to call off the jam at any time. Her arms poised, ready to go, waiting from the sidelines. And she calls it off before any points are scored in that jam. So it's going to stay at 52-4. Port Scandalous Roller Derby.
Looked like Slaughterhouse was attempting to set up a blocking play there, but Scuttlebutt saw that coming from a mile away, decided to call it off. Some heads-up derby. We've been seeing that all weekend long. Her Majesty on the jam line for the girls in red. She'll be going up against Mary Magdalene Anya. It looks like we're even Stevens. We're a 4-on-4 derby squad here out on the flat track. As Her Majesty gets a pretty good jump off the line, but runs into a big front wall of black. That's going to leave the door wide open for Mary Magdalene Anya. And she's going to find the outside line, and she is your lead jammer. Yeah. Things are happening, folks, trust me. Things are happening, and it all makes sense in the derby world. Your lead jammer in black, Mary Magdalene Anya. Her Majesty skating away on her scoring pass as well.
Anya broke through, picked up 2 points on that jam. That was a high-speed jam right there. All the blockers moving real quick around that track, so the jammer can't make her pass to get those points on the board.
You need some help getting points on the board? I'll tell you where to go. Green Monster. They want to sell you all the derby gear you can possibly get onto your body. Check them out. Continue to bring you the best available products in roller derby.
Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber number 222, putting the star back on for PSRD, going up against WB2 Wild E Coyote for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. Wild E Coyote going to the outside, going to pick up lead jammer status. She's going to have a little bit of control over this next jam, while Scuttlebutt's going up against number 87 Assault in Progress, fighting her way past to get her initial pass down here on turn 4. Meanwhile, Wild E Coyote's working her way around the track, trying to put some points on the board for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. Making a pass down here on turn 3. She picks up 3 points. She's going to hit it and quit it before Scuttle can put any points on the board herself.
MC Slamma makes her way onto the jam line. She's too legit to quit, man. I'm telling you what. She's going to go up against Mary Magdalene Anya, though, who is pulling double duty out here tonight. No rest for the weary on Port Scandalous squad.
That's how they do it. Little punishment.
Both jammers off. Looks like MC Slamma got the jump, though, and she is your lead jammer, skating away for Slaughterhouse. This is exactly what this team wanted here, looking at a deficit of 40-some-odd points with still plenty of time left to go in this first period, of course. MC Slamma now making contact with the pack yet again on her scoring pass. Looking to do what she can. Look at this pack speed right now. They are just skating away from both of these jammers as MC Slamma tries her hardest to break through that last line of defense, and she does before calling it off.
That's right. Stunner, Stone Cold Stunner went in for a big hit. Missed. MC Slammer called off the jam before any more damage could be accrued. She did pick up 4 points in that, though.
Slaughterhouse trying as they can to chip away at this score here. They're going to see if they can keep the drive alive with Play Chicken With Me.
Oh, Play Chicken With Me and Scuttlebutt. They went after it last time. Let's see what happens on this jam.
I know, why are they always hitting each other out there? It's so violent, this sport. Both jammers in the...
Not quite known to everybody, but this is a full contact sport, and these girls will be hitting each other from time to time.
What? Play Chicken With Me. Look at her skate away from that pack. That speed skating stance that she has there. Pack, though, not necessarily slowing down to meet her. They are skating away as well.
That is a serious wall set up against PSRD. Brawliana throwing Miss D into number 52. Play Chicken With Me down here on turn 4 before she calls off the jam. Mary Magdalene Anya donning the star once again for Port Scandalous. Going to go back up against Her Majesty from Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
We may have seen this matchup earlier on. Both these teams are having a pretty tight rotation of their jammers here. We're going to see how that pays off later in the bout, but for now, it's pure intensity.
Intense City.
Both jammers recycle the back of the pack here, way back to the back of the pack, and they both got to start all over again. Of course, Port Scandalous utilizing that 5th blocker position with little jammer, shoulder to jammer.
Stunner throwing a big hit down on turn 2, trying to get her knocked out. We got Amaretto Pistol dropping her down with a big hit on turn 3, number 27. Her Majesty's trying to break through, but Mary Magdalene Anya finds a line on the inside track to pick up lead jammer status, once again controlling the jam.
Both skaters looking to get some of those points on the board here. And we'll see what happens. They make contact with the pack, trying to call it off, looking for that 4th whistle. Both jammers coming up with goose eggs and then skating right over each other, right in front of the announcer's booth. Always appreciated.
That's how you do it right there.
Trying to play leapfrog, but couldn't quite make it over, I think, was what was going on.
I think somebody put a little extra coffee and sugar in their Wheaties this morning. These ladies are skating hard and fast today. Right now we got number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, going to go up against WB2 Wild E Coyote. The Slaughterhouse Derby Girls, and the whistle's blown, action starting. Scuttle's going to do a little defense, hold back Wild E Coyote before she tries to find a line on the outside, finds it, picks up lead jammer status, and once again controls this jam.
Amazing positional block there, just barely nudged her out of bounds, and Brawliana now recycles Slaughterhouse right to the back of the pack. But look at this, jumping the apex, Wild E Coyote comes up against Brawliana again and now breaks through the pack. That was some amazing footwork there.
Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber getting a little bit of help from her friends down there on turn 2, trying to get through this pack, put some points up on the board for PSRD. She's going up against defense number 12, War Chick Barbie, who's holding her back till she calls off that jam.
Port Scandalous doing an amazing job of being aware of the opposing jammer all night long. They've been calling it off at just the right moment. as we saw right there, keeping any of those points from getting thrown up onto the board by the girls in red.
Starting out this jam, looks like we got Brawliana and Amaretto Pistol's going to spend a little time in the sin bin. So that leaves pack advantage to Slaughterhouse Derby girls. It's going to be a 4-on-2 pack.
MC Slamma at the front of the pack here. Of course, the big 2-wall up front, though, is stymieing her before she can make a run. We'll see if she kept in bounds. She did, and that's your lead jammer for the girls in red.
That's right. MC Slamma taking advantage of that pack advantage, getting lead jammer status.
Pack now reorganizing, reshuffling, as it were, as MC Slamma comes through, looks for the inside line, is just nudged out of bounds, and then calls it off. We'll see what the damage is.
Is that a little sideline coaching I'm hearing over there? Just a little.
Love it. We've got an official review, it looks like. Or just an official timeout. Something. No, there isn't an official review. Sorry, there is an official review called by Port Scandalous.
During this official review, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Flat Track Revolution, flattrackrevolution.com. FTR is run by Ringer and Slavia Majora out Oakland, California, and Portland, Oregon. Ringer and Slavia are both skaters and totally freaks, derby freaks, and design geeks. Fueled by their two passions, they created FTR, revolutionized derby apparel. FTR is also interested in helping the greater derby community through charitable works for skaters injured in the line of derby. If you or someone you know has suffered catastrophic derby injury, please contact us for more details. Go check them out down at flattrackrevolution.com. All right, this is an action-packed first half of the bout. We're only 15 minutes into it. Score right now sitting at 60-17 PSRD. This is a high-speed match. I don't think anybody's gone less than 47 miles an hour since it started.
Better believe that. I know. They're like running around on shoes but with wheels on the bottoms. It makes them go faster, and it scares me. It's witchcraft as far as I am concerned.
During this official timeout, I'd like to bring a little attention to PSRD's very own Stone Cold Stunner. It's her birthday today.
Oh, man. 19 years old today.
19 years old.
Fantastic.
She can legally drink in Canada, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Kitsap Derby Brats having something to say about that.
That's right. We've got ICR has their own cheerleading section. Whistles blown. Action starts. We got number 52, Play Chicken With Me, going up against going up against Scuttlebutt Jibberjabber, number 222. Seems to be a grudge match that they like to pin against each other here, but looks like Scuttlebutt Jibberjabber is going to find a line on the outside track, picking up lead jammer status once again for PSRD. Number 316, Stone Cold Stunner, last line of events, trying to hold back number 52, Wild E Coyote. Oh, Play Chicken With Me, I'm sorry. She's going to break through, get her initial pass out of the way.
Once again, Scuttlebutt calling it off before any damage can be done by the girls in red.
And once again, Brawliana is going to be called a penalty. This is going to be cut track. She's going to join her good buddy Wicked Slam in the penalty box.
This is usually about the time that Brawliana and Wicked Slam like to get together and exchange dirty limericks, talk about the after party. Just take a break, basically, from the roller derby for a moment or two.
I heard they're getting into crochet.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple needles back there.
Yeah. Mary Magdalene Anya, number 317. She's going to be skating for PSRD. And she's going to be going up against number 27, Her Majesty, once again donning the star for Slaughterhouse Derby girls.
Having to step over the last line of defense there, Her Majesty jauntily makes her way to the front of the pack and into the lead jammer position.
Mary Magdalene Anya still trying to fight the defense of Slaughterhouse Derby girls, breaking through to make her initial pass.
Her Majesty rocketing into this pack, and with an extreme pack advantage, she enjoys easily cutting on through and scoring those points. That's 4 points on the board for the girls in red, and this is what they were looking for throughout the entire beginning of this bout. Just chipping away at this score so far. Slaughterhouse now 21 points to Port Scandalous is 63.
You know, a 42-point deficit is not that big this early in the game. It's really easy to overcome that. That's 1-2 good power jams. So this bout isn't over by far. 12 minutes left in the first half.
Both jammers on. Looks like Wildy Coyote and Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. Wildy Coyote breaking through now. Slaughterhouse saying, hey, we can be lead jammer too, you know. Skating away, both jammers now on their scoring pass, looking to get some of those points as we watch what the pack does here, awaiting to receive the opposition. Big shoulder check there, knocking Wildy Coyote down. Of course it's Wicked Slam, forcing Slaughterhouse to call it off. There we go.
Looks like Scuttlebutt's going to be recycled back in. As Jammer once again, she's going to skate against number 151, MC Slamma. Right now it's pack advantage to Slaughterhouse Derby Girls, but it's a slight pack advantage as we only have Stone Cold Stunner in the sin bin right now. Going to the outside track, MC Slamma finds her way to the lead jammer position.
Look at this big wall of red here. Maybe for the first time tonight, Scuttlebutt stymied just a bit in the middle of the pack as she's trying to get by Antivirus there up front, who was giving her fits, and a big assisting block coming in by Tripsy Gypsy. Meanwhile, MC Slam at the front of the pack. That's a grand slam the hard way, skating on by and tightening up this score little by little.
That's right, picking up a grand slam with all skaters on the track. That's a natural grand slam.
There's nothing natural about what's going on, man. I'm sorry.
Ooh, big hit by Stone Cold Stunner on turn one. MC Slamma. She knocks her out. She's going to call off the jam.
And we got team timeout here. Port Scandalous wondering just what the heck is going on with Slaughterhouse. All of a sudden, turn up the heat here with just about 10.5 minutes left to go. Folks, if you love turning up the heat with local roller derby, don't forget on March 22nd at Skateland, there's a double header by your hosting league, the Slaughter County Roller Vixens. And there's also going to be possibly some co-ed roller derby. That's men's and women's on the flat track at the same time. You're just as afraid of it as I am, but you should probably watch it. It's weird, man.
It's like cats and dogs fighting at once in an arena. It's insane.
It's exactly as cool as that sounds, man.
Little known fact, ICR's debut bout was against Puget Sound Outcasts, which is an all-men's league, and they won.
Yeah, how did that one go? Boy, I heard that was an amazing bout for PSRD.
That was an amazing bout. And you know, the thing is, you look out on the track, and these men are all standing 7 feet tall, just boob towering over this ICR team. But ICR zigging and zagging, their low center of gravity, their lateral movements, breaking through, putting the points on the board. It was good.
Girls have different parts than guys, you know? I've always said that. And it's, you know, utilize those to their advantage, man.
And they did. Looks like we got number 317, Mary Magdalene Anya putting the star on once again for PSRD. And number 52, Play Chicken With Me for Slaughterhouse. Whistle's blown. They're both looking for a line. 52 finds it on the outside to pick up lead. Jammer status quick.
We're going to wait to see exactly what the story is right now. But in either case, the pack is very physical here as we're looking at Play Chicken With Me trying to get on through. And that was actually a call that happened earlier, but she didn't quite catch the whistle. Play Chicken With Me is actually going to go to the penalty box now. And that's going to set up the old power jam here for Mary Magdalene Anya and the rest of the crew in black.
Now during this power jam, Anya has the opportunity to get back some of those points that were lost to Slaughterhouse Derby Girls in these last couple jams. They really did flip the switch, though, and put some more points on the board. Big hit by number 214, Krista Knight, down here on turn 3, launching Mary Magdalene Anya outside the track. She comes back in after picking up 5 more points for Port Scandalous Roller Derby.
Penalties coming into play here, and now starting to empty back on to the flat track, as we see now Mary Magdalene Anya going up against a full house of blockers here. Still making short work of it, though. 5 more points on the board.
Pack advantage is going to Slaughterhouse, 4-3. But Anya is doing a great job of her weaving her way through the trouble. Last line of defense, number 99, Cheyenne Pepper can't hold her back. She breaks through and picks up another 5 in the sky.
No harm, no foul there means that's a 4-point pass. And she remains in legal play, which is always good for the girls in black. That's what they like to hear. And look at this, finding that inside line again. Mary Magdalene Anya, this is turning into an amazing jam for the girls in black. 24 points so far during this jam alone. And that ends the craziest jam that ever there was.
Yeah, it's in the top 5 anyhow. Definitely. 8 minutes left in this first half. We're sitting at 88-32. Port Scandalous roller derby. That is a 56-point deficit by Slaughterhouse. But you know what? I'm not calling it off just yet. Really, that's 2 power jams. Mary Magdalene Anya just put 24 points on the board during that one single jam. So needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, this is not over yet.
Did you actually just do that math in your head? That's impressive, man.
Numbers. It's all about numbers.
That's great. Man, speaking of numbers, trying to get numbers on the board right now is Her Majesty and crew right now for Slaughterhouse.
Scuttlebutt jibber jabbing, having a hard time getting through this defense. Number 85 is pushing her around like a ragdoll. Tripsy Gypsy from Slaughterhouse. Right now she's being sucked up into that pack, that 4-wall, doing what they can to hold her back. Looks like she's going to break through and get her initial pass. Ooh.
Her Majesty, meanwhile, having an equally hard time there, but does come up with 2 points on the board before having to call it off. Some great defense there by Port Scandalous up front. Wildy Coyote is going to don the jammer panty for Slaughterhouse. She'll be going up against 317 Mary Magdalene Anya.
It is a full track out there right now. Once again, we have nobody in the penalty box, oddly enough.
That's crazy. I don't believe that.
It's a rarity. It does happen once in a while. Jessica Slikel in black trying to get WB2, Wildy Coyote. Cycle back in behind her, giving Mary Magdalene Anya the opportunity to pick up lead jammer status.
Oh, and that is bad news for the girls in red. Wildy Coyote is going to get sent to the penalty box for cutting the track. They caught her out of bounds, and that's going to send her right to the sin bin, setting up another power jam for Port Scandalous. So far, they've been able to capitalize seriously on these cutting the track calls, but of course I jinxed it by saying that. And now what do we see?
Once you talk about it, it goes away. Now the sin bin's kind of like the Thunderdome back in the old Road Warrior days. 2 skaters enter, 2 jammers enter, but 1 jammer must leave. So as soon as Mary Magdalene Anya sits her butt down in that seat, the other jammer is free to leave and rejoin the track. But Mary Magdalene Anya will only spend as much time as the previous jammer did in the penalty box.
And here we see illegal play now. Wildy Coyote trying to get some of those points on the board as she is on her scoring pass right now for Slaughterhouse. Looking by that line, almost untouched through the pack. That's 5 big points on the board. Some big hits going on here, and we've got an interesting 2-all coming up, but they've got to let her go because the pack's just that strung out. Mary Magdalene Anya with 4 points.
106 Jessica trying to hold back number WDB2 Wildy Coyote, trying to knock her to the inside, but she finds a line on the inside track, picks up 4 more points for Slaughterhouse Derby girls.
I've lost Mary Magdalene. There she is. She's right in the middle of that pack in a sea of blockers, and now she's trying to break through. War Chick Barbie just giving her fits, finally letting her go right before the end of this jam. 4 more points on the board for the girls in black.
All right, 5 minutes left in this first half. It's intense. These women have been skating so hard in this first half. We got a score of 92-43. PSRD slowly creeping up on that 100-point mark. Going to get 3 digits on the board. I'm sorry, make that 44 points for Slaughterhouse Derby girls to 96, which is 52 points. Once again, that's about 2 jams, 2 power jams. She can have this done. It could happen right here. We got number 151, MC Slamma, breaking loose quick to pick up lead jammer status. She's going to control the pace of this jam.
Never count out Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, though. That was an amazing piece of footwork there. She used to get by that last line defense, and she is on her scoring pass now as well. MC Slamma, though, with a heck of a jump on her. Now running into a wall of black, though, trying to get by misdirection on the outside and having to call it off. And not before scoring 2 points, though.
That's right. She came up against the defensive number 106, Jessica, and misdirection, number 4, PSRD. And she said, I can't do it. I'm going to have to call this one off. Ooh, for the first time this evening, we have a jammer change. That really is a jammer change. We have number 45, Amberetta Pistol, putting a star on for PSRD. She's going to skate against number 52. Play chicken with me.
Both jammers nestling up right next to each other there, probably for warmth. I've seen them do that before. But this time, it's all about the violence, trying to get by Brawliana there. Play chicken with me now, having a heck of a time as they now recycle the blockers up to the front of the pack. But what do I see here? Oh, a cut in the track call. Oh, man, they send her out, and then it gets cut in the track. What are you going to do?
Brawliana and Stunner making her work for that initial pass.
Something happened. Whatever it was, it ended the jam, and there you have it. Going to set us up with another power jam here, though.
3 minutes left in this half. Looks like we got a team timeout by Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. During that team timeout, I'd like to bring you some attention to Fast Girl Skates. First physical storefront specializing in roller derby equipment is owned and operated by Rat City Roller Girls, La Petite Mort, and Wild E. Peyote. Dedicated to bringing the best service to the skating community, Fast Girl Skates offers tips and tricks for getting the most out of your gear. Check out their website article on everything from gear maintenance to getting faster on the track. Visit fastgirlskates.com.
Folks, we've got a missing credit card. We are asking you all in the audience tonight to please check around yourselves. Look for a credit card. It belongs to Helena Miller. And if you would please bring it up to the front where the merch booth is for Slaughter County. You can turn it in there. They've got a lost and found, and there probably won't be a lot of charges on it when they're done with it. And you can pick that up for Helena Miller. Please, if you would, find that credit card, bring it up to the front.
If you bring it up to the front, we have a full bag of Ricola mixed berry throat lozenges.
I was saving those, man, for the after party.
They're yours. You got the card, you bring it up. I got a bag of throat lozenges for you.
Personally delivered to you by the Norwegian Persuasion, by the way.
That's right. We're going to start this next jam off in a power jam situation. Number 27, Her Majesty's going to put it on one more time for the Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
In this power jam, it's all about the defense here. Scuttlebutt, Jibber Jabber, and Misdirection taking care of business up front as Her Majesty tries to get by this line of defense. Some big reciprocal hitting going on there. Cheyenne Pepper coming in for an assisting block as Her Majesty now finds her way to the front of the pack again and now has to let her go. Scuttlebutt couldn't quite get out of the way fast enough. That's going to send her to the sin bin. I believe that was a blocking out of play.
Chevy Cruze out front with the top plates with lights on.
All right, right now we're looking at a pack advantage going to Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. She's going to pick up 5 points before she calls off that jam.
I just got the word that there's a Chevy Cruze with Utah plates out front. Your lights are on. Your lights are on. And we do appreciate the extra light, but sometimes the batteries don't like that. The 8-track might not play all of the greatest hits of Creedence on the way home if the battery's empty, man.
Her Majesty called off that jam before PSRD's jammer could leave the penalty box, which starts this jam off in a power jam situation, giving their jammer, number WB2, Wild E. Coyote, the opportunity to pick up lead jammer status. So she's going to control the pace of this jam.
Back up and Adam, Amberetta Pistol out of the sin bin and on the legal flat track. Looking to get some of those points. But up at the front of the pack, Wild E. Coyote trying to get by Brawliana, hitting the flat track and calling it off. We'll see what the final damage is. I'll tell you what, though. The referee's conferring right now. We're going to wait to hear the official call. As they confer with each other, this might affect Port Scandalous right now. We're going to wait to hear what's going on. In either case, though, MC Slamma on the jam line for the girls in red.
Looks like we've got an official timeout being called by PSRD. Oh, team timeout, my bad, by PSRD.
Yeah, little confusion there on the bench there. They weren't sure if the jammer was actually to remain in play or not. Smarter to call a timeout than to actually go out without a jammer on the flat track, of course. You've got plenty of them. Might as well use them.
Once again, it is very difficult to put points on the board when your point-scoring skater is not on the track.
It's tough. It's tough.
So calling that timeout is a good move. Defensively and offensively.
You're a wizard. You're a roller derby wizard.
It's science.
That kind of stuff,
Yeah.
man. I didn't. Yeah. Popping that on me right now, man.
Right. It's a little heavy. I didn't want to throw it out there too soon, but I
Mind
think
blown.
with 32 seconds left in this first half, it's time.
That's right. The professor comes out when the clock runs down, man.
All right, number 317, Mary Magdalene Anya going to skate against number 151, MC Slamma. 32 seconds left in this first half. We're probably going to be working off this jam clock here, which is 2 minutes.
MC Slamma looking for the outside line and then right back through the middle, but run into some big shoulder checks up front by Port Scandalous. That's going to recycle her to the back. And she's got to try it all over again. What an amazing amount of footwork there. MC Slamma back to the inside and is your lead jammer.
MC Slamma fast on her feet, dodges a hit by number 316, Stone Cold Stunner, to pick up that lead jammer status. Mary Magdalene Anya on her initial pass.
We have got a thin pack right now, man. What is going on? This is what the jammers like to see, though. Not a lot of blockers in front of them, and MC Slamma is trying to get by Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, who is just everywhere she doesn't want to be. This way, that way, and every way. Looks like the pack got split. A little bit of confusion there as MC Slamma tried to call it off.
Mary Magdalene Anya throwing a hit to the pivot of Slaughterhouse Derby girls as she breaks through and picks up 4 points for PSRD.
That's the half, folks. There we go. You got just enough time to maybe hit the bathroom. Maybe check out the beer garden if it's running. I think they are up there. Toad House Beer Garden is ready to serve you a frosty beverage of your choice. You may find a couple announcers up there, by the way. You got about 10 minutes to do it, but then get on back here for the rest of this bout.
10 minutes, that's about 6 beers. All right, in 10 minutes from now, we'll see you all back.
You got it, yeah. We talk more better than other folk do.
Much more better.
That's why they put us on these microphones.
All right, let's go through the roster once again. If you're joining us online or for the first time here today, we've got Port Scandalous Roller Derby in Tent City Rollers. Number 106, Jessica. Number 13, Brawliana. Number 18, Wicked Slam. 1920, Scorned Rose. Number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. 316, Stone Cold Sunner. 317, Mary Magdalene Anya. Number 4, Misdirection. 45, Amberetta Pistol. Number 532, Dominatrix. 805, Bustitude. And 816, Lethal Enforcer.
On the track right now in the jammer position is Mary Magdalene Anya, and she's going up against Play Chicken with me. Both these jammers off to a heck of a jump. Everybody lining up on the pivot line as they did, but then running into a wall. Pack is split. They've got to let her go. Mary Magdalene Anya is your lead jammer now.
She found a line on the inside track. Working on that lateral movement. Got number 52, Play Chicken with me, trying to get by Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, getting a big hit from number 45, Amberetta Pistols, before she makes her initial pass.
Look at this. Play Chicken with me just racing around this flat track. Man, skating on fire, trying to get into the pack before that happens. Mary Magdalene Anya calling it off, not about to let Slaughterhouse get any of those points on the board.
Looks like ICR and Tent City Rollers are going to give a quick birthday present to our birthday girl, number 316, Stone Cold Stunner. She's going to jam this next jam. Gonna skate up against number 27, Her Majesty.
Both jammers off. Once again, we're seeing the blockers lining up old school style, right up on that pivot line, awaiting for what's going to happen on the offensive line. And what happens right now is lead jammer goes to Port Scandalous as Stone Cold Stunner skates away. Both these jammers skating on fire right now. Look at how fast they're going. Her Majesty just making contact with the pack at the fourth whistle. We'll see what happens. No points for Slaughterhouse. I think that was 2 for Port Scandalous. And if you are just joining us, to go over a refresher on just who is playing right now. In red, Slaughterhouse is number 5, Antivirus. Number 12, War Chick Barbie. Number 27, Her Majesty. 52, Play Chicken With Me. 59, Augusta Wind. 85, Tripsy Gypsy. 87, Assault in Progress. 99, Cheyenne Pepper. 150, Panty Depressant. 151, MC Slamma. 214, Krista Knight. 333, Miss Enigma. C53D, D-Day Doll, and WB2, Wild E Coyote.
Wild E Coyote picking up lead jammer status before turn 2. Mary Magdalene Anya, number 317, skating for PSRD, going up against the defense of number 12, War Chick Barbie. She's last line of defense there, holding her back before she gets her initial pass. But looks like WB2 makes her first scoring pass, puts 4 on the board. Wild E Coyote, and gets hot on Mary Magdalene's tail.
Calling it off there, actually, she did, to try and prevent any points from being scored by Mary Magdalene Anya. Looked like that was an interesting defensive play there, trying to keep Port Scandalous from upping the score any more than has already been done. Still a manageable amount of points difference we're seeing here, especially with all the time we've got. Just under 27 minutes left to go.
Number 151, MC Slamma jamming for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls, breaking through the defense of Intense City Rollers, pick up lead jammer status. Then we got number 316, Stone Cold Stunner, trying to fight her way past number 5, Antivirus. Get her initial pass out of the way. Looks like she's going to get a little help from her friends. Alberetta Pistol, number 45, coming through, throwing some blows, trying to make a hole for her to get by.
Look at this, MC Slamma on the outside line. There it is, folks. Your lead jammer scores 5 big points on the track right now. And we're seeing some crazy shenanigans by Port Scandalous.
Looks like something crazy just happened. We call that a panty pass or a star pass. Scuttlebutt jibber jabber. Now we're donning the star for Intense City Rollers. She makes her initial pass, blows through the pack, and does she pick up any points? Yes, she does. 3 on the board for the Intense City Rollers.
Scuttlebutt jibber jabber wasn't the jammer when we started this thing.
What kind of anarchy is this?
It's witchcraft, and I don't trust it. But in either case, Play Chicken With Me is now on the jam line for the girls in red.
Play Chicken With Me. Looks like she's going to try to start a fight against Mary Magdalene Anya once again. The first half, she was picking on Scuttlebutt jibber jabber. Now it looks like Mary Magdalene Anya is going to try and break through to pick up that lead jammer status, but she's going up against that defense. Slaughterhouse, number 12, War Chick Barbie, last line of defense. She breaks through, picks up that lead jammer.
Play Chicken With Me, meanwhile, just kind of sliding onto the outside line there, begins her scoring pass now. Blockers looking to resettle things. Looks like we got a little bit of a light pack on both ends here.
Play Chicken With Me has some insane derby form, low and fast. She's a speed skater. Finding her place back to the jammer line. We got number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, skating up against Her Majesty once again for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
It's always nice to have a little royalty on the flat track. I always appreciate that. And little tussle there between the jammers before things get going. Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber never afraid to put a shoulder into her opposing jammer before she starts things off. And she now finds herself up against the 2 last lines of defense here, and they've got to let her go because the pack was just too strung out. Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, your lead jammer right now.
Number 27 trying to get past the blows of Alberetta Pistol. being held back by both Amberetta Pistol and Stone Cold Stunner at the front of that pack. Gonna get knocked down, looks like by Wicked Slam down on turn 1, while Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber weaves her way through to pick up what is known as a natural grand slam. That's 5 points for Port Scandalous Roller Derby.
And what a great assisting block by Wicked Slam there. Not only playing great defense, but helping on offense there with the sweeping block that brought that hole wide open. Now we see her back on the defensive side of things. And she is just giving Her Majesty fits right now, but not having fits, making it look easy is Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber skating away with another grand slam for the girls in black.
Just blazing through the pack. Looks like we've got a cut track penalty going to be assessed to number 27, Her Majesty. She's getting beat up down on the other end of the track by Port Scandalous's Dream Team defense. Miss D, Wicked Slam, Amberetta Pistols, and Stone Cold Stunner. Starting out this next jam in a power jam situation, as Her Majesty is going to start it out in the penalty box. We have number 317, Mary Magdalene Anya. Trying to work her way through that pack. That four wall is pretty strong, holding her back, looking for a little help from her friends. Looks like Busted Tude's going to try and make a hole for her. Now she's only got 2 more skaters to deal with. Number 12, War Chick Barbie, and number 87, Assault in Progress, last line of defense before she breaks through to pick up that lead jammer status.
All blockers on the floor, but only one jammer on the floor right now. We're going to see what she makes of it. Look at that, trying to blast right through the middle, and she does make it happen. That is 5 more points on the board for Mary Magdalene Anya and the Port Scandalous crew out here. Pack coming to a glacial standstill now, barely moving forward as they are awaiting Mary Magdalene Anya. Just a big wall of red, some big hits going on. We saw that happen, yeah. A little bit of an illegal block going on there. That's going to leave a hole wide open for Mary Magdalene Anya skating on through. 5-point pass.
Mary Magdalene Anya has been making the most out of these power jam situations. Previously, we saw her put 24 points on the board in a power jam situation. Right now, she gets knocked out on turn 3. Gonna have to cycle way, way back, which gives number 27, Her Majesty, the opportunity to get back in the game after getting relieved from the penalty box. Now she's gonna get hit blow by Busted Tude and Amberetta Pistols before she breaks through for her initial pass.
That's right, just blocker after blocker. Now we got 2 blockers up front, and that's going to end things for Mary Magdalene Anya, but not before scoring 2 more points for Port Scandalous, holding a commanding lead here with about 21 minutes left to go. 139 points for the girls in black, up to 69 for Slaughterhouse.
I believe that's somewhere around a 70-point deficit, but we still have 20 minutes left in this bout. And as you've seen before, those high numbers can be achieved in just one power jam. So we'll still wait to the end to see what happens on this one. Number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber skating against Wile E. Coyote. Number WB8 for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
I've seen girls score hundreds of points on a single pass, man. Maybe, I don't know, it's at some point. In either case, I've seen Slaughterhouse be lead jammer right now. Wile E. Coyote skating around and now making contact with the pack. Wall of black in back waiting to receive her, and she's trying to chip her way through, and she does make it on through that last line and calls it off before Scuttlebutt can get around scoring those points. 4 points on the board for Slaughterhouse.
All right, once again, we've got number 151, MC Slamma, going to step up to the jammer line, see if she can close that deficit just a little bit. She's going to skate against 317, Mary Magdalene Anya one more time. They're coming out on the track for the first time this season, enjoy the defensive PSRD. We've got 532 Dominatrix on the line. Number 317 getting pushed around by number 99, Cheyenne Pepper from the Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. Looks like number 150.
Look at that, jumping across MC Slamma. My goodness, is your lead jammer right now for the girls in red. Not to be outdone, though. Mary Magdalene Anya begins her scoring pass now. as MC Slamma makes contact with the pack and looks on that outside line. She is through unscathed, calling it off. That's twice in a row now. Slaughterhouse has 4 unanswered points on the flat track, and they are turning up the heat right now late in this bout.
Like there was no one standing there. She just breezed right through. Could it be a change? We might see. Who knows? Looks like we got number 52, Play Chicken With Me, stepping up to the line once again. Oh, Play Chicken With Me. And Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. Let the battle begin.
She ain't getting a helicopter with that crazy fool. She's looking for the front of that pack, though, but I tell you who ends up with it. Play Chicken With Me ends up as your lead jammer. Again, Slaughterhouse coming up with the lead jammer. And it looks like Scuttlebutt, stymied as she is at the front of this pack, just trying to get by that last line defense. Antivirus giving her fits and a parting shoulder check to boot. Nevertheless, she makes it through. Meanwhile, Play Chicken With Me now hits the front of the pack again on her scoring pass, decides to call it off before Scuttlebutt can get there. And we see Slaughterhouse now just chipping away at this score, slowly but surely.
That's right.
Just under 18 minutes left to go. They've got a long, hard road ahead, but we're seeing some progress here.
Somebody lit a fire under their skates. I'll tell you what, they're really putting the wheels of the floor in this second half right here. Number 27, Her Majesty, putting the star back on for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. Getting a hit right off the bat from number 317, Mary Magdalene Anya, as they're both battling it out right now to see who can pick up that lead jammer status.
Boy, Her Majesty had a great line on the inside, but then just a great positional block knocked her right down to her knees. And now she had to start all over and try it again, but now she's got one blocker to beat. Wicked Slam up front. See if she can do it. Wicked Slam pirouettes and an amazing shoulder hit. Keeps her from getting through and instead is knocked out of bounds. Mary Magdalene Anya instead is your lead jammer.
If you've got a last line of defense, Wicked Slam is the one you want to have. She just puts the wheels to the floor and pushed that skater right to the outside. She had to cycle back. Once again, we got Miss D and Wicked Slam and Jessica and Dominatrix all holding her back. Big wall of black.
There's all kinds of girls out there, man. What are they doing? Why can't they just hug it out? Always shoulder checking and things like that. Jeez. 5 points on the board for the girls in black. Mary Magdalene Anya skating through. And Wicked Slam now paying for her sins, taking that long, shameful skate to the penalty box.
War Chick Barbie throwing a big hit down with a little bit of help from her friend, sending Mary Magdalene Anya to the inside. Number 214, Krista Knight. Mary Magdalene's going to break through, put some points on the board, and call off that jam.
Some heads-up play there. I'll tell you what, you want some heads-up play? Talk about Sure Grip, suregrip.com on the internet, or if you happen to be here, check out their booth. Sure Grip is the leading manufacturer of high-end and recreational roller skates and roller skate accessories since 1937. That's crazy.
15 and a half minutes left in this second half of this bout with a 68-point deficit. Totally not out of their reach. We're seeing Slaughterhouse Derby Girls put the wheels to the floor and do what they can to put some points back on the board.
Time winding backwards right now. Zoop, 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 zoop. Everybody's skating backwards, and here we go. Scuttlebutt rewinding time there as she forces Slaughterhouse all the way to the back, just nudging her out of bounds. And Scuttlebutt has been waiting for that play all night long. I'm here to tell you, as Wildy Coyote now has to make her way around the track, the long way around, all the way around. She hasn't even been able to see the pack yet. Meanwhile, Scuttlebutt right up front is just having fits, though, on the offensive side of things. So she's trying to get by the last line defense. She does find that inside line and is now your lead jammer.
Pack advantage is going to Slaughterhouse Derby Girls right now. We've got 4-2 out there as far as defense goes. Number 316 holding back WB2, Wiley Coyote. Long enough for
42?
42, I said 42. I'm messing.
That's a big pack.
42, man. I don't know about that. There you go. 2 points right at the end of that jam by Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. Cannot count her out. She goes all the way to the fourth whistle every time.
Scuttlebutt doesn't mess around. She's a great utility player. That's why right off the bat, when she throws a hit down on somebody, they feel it.
She's got a stomach full of feta cheese, and she's not afraid to use it. Meanwhile, MC Slamma, not afraid to use that power we've just seen before displayed by her on the flat track as she, on the inside, all the way to the outside, and then before turn 2 is even over, becomes your lead jammer. Some amazing footwork there by MC Slamma.
Once again, finding that line on the outside, she picks up that lead jammer status. Mary Magdalene Anya being held back by number 59 as the last time in defense. Augusta Wynn. She finally breaks through to get her initial pass out of the way. Ooh, big hit by Wicked Slam. Been giving him MC Slamma, but not before she can pick up a couple points and call off that jam. Chipping away at that deficit for Slaughterhouse Derby girls.
Wicked Slam versus MC Slamma. In theaters everywhere this fall. Play chicken with me on the jam line for Slaughterhouse. She's going up against Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. They are not giving her any rest tonight. Jamming her constantly, almost back to back. It's basically every other jam here.
That's right, you got to work them out, you know? No rest for the Wicked. They're both battling out in this mega pack we have on the other end. We have all the skaters on the track right now. Defense is definitely being thrown down, but we only have 2 skaters working the offense. Ooh, big hit by number 4, misdirection. Send and play chicken with me to the inside. She's going to have to cycle back, giving Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber the time she needs to pick up lead jammer status.
Play chicken with me with an amazing pirouette there on the outside line. Actually fooled a blocker for a moment into thinking she had actually gone outside, cut the track, but then immediately back inside and beginning her scoring pass now.
Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber looks like she's going to put some points, 4 points on the board, hit it and quit it, call off that jam before Slaughterhouse Derby girls pick up any points.
Fairly clean here in the second half. We're seeing a lot less traffic in the penalty box, which is always good for the penalty box NSOs. It gives them a lot of time to work on their dance routines for later on at the after party. There is an all ages after party at Sticks and Stones Billiard Hall, by the way.
Put on the star, I believe, for the first time tonight, number 87, Assault in Progress, getting her jam on for Slaughterhouse Derby girls. She's going to skate against Mary Magdalene Anya, number 317, for Port Scandalous Roller Derby.
At the front of the pack in legal play, though, we've got a lead jammer. That's number 87, Assault in Progress, skating away for Slaughterhouse. Saw a bit of a waterfall in front of us here in the announcer's booth. Some great footwork by the defense here. And Slaughterhouse on the offensive line gets 1 point and then calls it off before Mary Magdalene Anya can score any points. Or no, maybe she did score some points. I don't know.
Let's see what the officials have to say about that one. Chipping away at that deficit 1 point at a time. Doing what they can to get control of this game. Put number WB2, Wild E. Coyote, on the jammer line, going up against Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, number 222. That black wall's doing what they can to hold back Wild E. Coyote, making it really hard for her to find a way on the outside before Scuttlebutt picks up a line on the inside to get lead jammer status. Big hit Stone Cold Stunner down here on turn 3 by C53D, D-Day Doll.
She had a big assisting block there, which opened up a hole to eventually let the Slaughterhouse jammer on through, as now we see Wild E. Coyote skating away on her scoring pass. Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber, meanwhile, taking a little bit of a break here in the middle of the pack and decides to call it off.
Having a hard time calling it off because she kept getting hit by all those blockers from the Slaughterhouse Derby girls.
I know, how rude, right? Jeez.
Oh, there she is one more time, number 151, MC Slamma, putting the star on again for Slaughterhouse Derby girls. Going to skate against 317, who once again is donning the star for Port Scandalous Intense City Rollers.
I listened to MC Slamma's entire album when that came out. I didn't realize MC Slamma was a Derby girl until now, but I'm impressed, actually.
I celebrate her entire collected works.
I'm even more impressed right now that she's lead jammer. Yeah.
Finding a line on the inside track this time. Pick up lead jammer. Mary Magdalene Anya having a hard time getting past number 5. Antivirus throwing the hammer down defensively, knocking her out in turn 1.
Wow, what a hit, causing a minor pileup there on turn 1. MC Slamma gets back up, though, and is right back at him, breaking through that front wall. And that's going to be good for 5 points, and those were some 5 hard-earned points for Slaughterhouse, as MC Slamma now is looking for that open hole, anything that she can take from Port Scandalous.
Wicked slam throwing just enough hit on 151. MC Slamma to knock her to the outside, make her call off that jam. She put a few points up on the board, though, before she had to call that one off, holding PSRD back to 0 point change on their side of things. However, they picked up 5 points for Slaughterhouse Derby girls.
We're seeing a lot of stamina out here by both of these leagues. I mean, there are some hard hits getting doled out here on the flat track. And I tell you what, most mortals would be felled by hits such as these. These Derby girls get right back up and are back to skating almost immediately. It's amazing.
Not to mention the speed they're putting out on the track. I mean, it's like running a marathon out there. It's insane. These girls have just been going. But it's not enough for Scuttlebutt Jibber Jammer number 222 for Intense City Rollers, who picks up lead jammer status on the inside track.
Played chicken with me, finding an open hole in the middle of the track, but then running right into Wicked Slam, who then lets her get by her on the outside, but now, again, is a shoulder into her, and now she's recycled all the way to the back. Got to make her do it all over again.
Scuttlebutt finding her way through the defense of Slaughterhouse. Last line of defense giving her a little bit of attitude. Number 85, Tripsy Gypsy, but she finds her way through to pick up some points for Port Scandalous Roller Derby.
Yeah, Wicked Slam and Scuttle both making an all-American sandwich out there. Not afraid to do that as Scuttle now skates backwards. I don't know what's going on anymore. There we go. Both jammers back on the flat track in legal play. I was afraid for a moment we were going to be light a jammer, but it looks like that's not the case. As Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber now makes her way to the front of the pack yet again. Another 5 points. That's good for 10 points so far, this jam. Play chicken with me on her scoring pass now. Looking to get some of those points back for her team.
Looks like we got 2 skaters in the penalty box, Augusta Wind and Lacey Lethal Enforcer. They'll spend a little time in the sin bin. They've been naughty.
A little bit of talking going on there from the Slaughterhouse bench. And I'm going to be talking about the Sally Santana Funds for the Homeless. That's the featured charity of the Wild West Showdown this year. Check out the display board over there right in front of the bathrooms. That's the Sally Santana Funds for the Homeless. Help us slaughter hunger and homelessness in Kitsap County.
Number 87, assault in progress. Putting that star on once again for Slaughterhouse Derby girls. But Mary Magdalene Anya, number 317, quick to break through, pick up lead jammer status. Number 87, assault in progress, is going to be assessed for a cut track penalty, which basically is going to leave Mary Magdalene Anya on the track by herself to put points on the board. We call that a power jam.
It's going to be all about the defense here for Slaughterhouse as they reset their pack. Look to make up a wall, but what an amazing crashing of the pack there by Stone Cold Stunner. Breaking things up and helping to set the world in motion there for a big 5-point pass.
Still working on this power jam. She comes up against a 3-wall. Last 2 lines of defense, number 214, Krista Knight, trying to hold her back, but she's going to break through to put another 5 points on the board for PSRD. Walled up and ready for those Slaughterhouse Derby girls, putting the defense down. Number 85, Tripsy Gypsy. Sorry, that's 99, Cheyenne Pepper, doing what she can to hold her back, but it's not enough because Mary Magdalene Anya is going to put 5 points on the board.
That's going to cost Slaughterhouse one of their blockers, though. Tripsy heading on, or I'm sorry, Krista Knight rather. Pardon me, Krista Knight heading to the sin bin.
Ooh, fun line on the inside track. She picks up 5 more points as she passes number 59 Augusta Wind to call off that jam.
I think we may be in the midst of a team timeout. Team timeout called by Slaughterhouse. This team timeout brought to you by Pivot Star. Tell us about it, man.
Pivot Star now makes uniforms comfortable athletic shirts that don't snag on Velcro, believe it or not, which we all know pads have a bit of Velcro on them. Try one on today at the Pivot Star booth and get entered to win $50 to spend at pivotstar.com. All you got to do is put a shirt on, and you'll be entered to win $50 at the pivotstar.com website. Pivot Star, alternative athletic apparel.
Encouraging Derby girls to put shirts on. There you have it. You know who else is encouraging you guys to put some shirts on? The Slaughter County merch booth over here, right underneath the mezzanine. Slaughter County would love to sell you some amazing merch. They've got some good looking stuff this year. Some great hoodies, some t-shirts. There's even some shot glasses over there, man. And that's what I'm talking about. A couple shot glasses that tell them where you've been and tell them where you're going with a Wild West Showdown 2014 shot glass.
I think those are actually more of a reminder so you know where you're at after you've had a few shots.
Remembering things forgotten, perhaps.
Right.
We'll see.
It's like putting your name on your clothes. All right, we got WB2, Wild E Coyote going to skate against number 222, Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber. Whistles blown, action starts, and nobody's really moving because that wall is pushed together so tight, nobody wants to give them the lead jammer status.
Looks like Scuttlebutt's up front, but yeah, as you called it, that is an amazing scrum there that they're putting on. But no, on the outside, Scuttlebutt just finds that open hole and capitalizes on it. She's your lead jammer.
Wild E Coyote trying to get through the defense of Brawley-Anna and Wicked Slam. Brawley-Anna knocks her to the inside of the track. She's going to have to cycle back behind Bustatude. Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber getting pushed to the inside by number 5, Antivirus. She's going to have to cycle way back.
Boy, and Wicked Slam just taking it to the limit there against Wild E Coyote. That's going to send Wicked Slam to the penalty box, but the damage has been done. Stopped her from getting out on that scoring pass for quite a while.
.151. MC Slamma putting the star back on for Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. The prime cuts. She's going to skate against number 317, Mary Magdalene Anya. Once again, looks like pack advantage going to go to ICR, Intent City Rollers. Mary Magdalene Anya going to take advantage of that as she breaks through quick to pick up the lead jammer status.
Pack now taking off at a somewhat breakneck pace, and then slowing down to a medium pace, but that's not going to stop Mary Magdalene Anya from calling it off, looking for the 4th whistle. That's actually going to go advantage MC Slamma. 4 points on the board, goes all the way to the 4th whistle, and she took full advantage of that, folks.
That's right, the jam's not over until the completion of the last Oh, wouldn't you know it? I was just informed by ICR's very own Wicked Slam that this is Stone Cold Stunner's birthday jam. So let's give it up for her tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stone Cold Stunner's birthday jam right here. Oh, I don't think that Slaughterhouse sees the same joy as number 85 is being last line of defense, holding her back. Tripsy Gypsy trying to stop Stunner from making her way through to pick up that lead jammer status.
Played chicken with me on her scoring pass. We've got a really light pack coming up here. Just a 2-on-2 it looks like. And there we have it, Port Scandalous skating through.
Port Scandalous going to blaze through, pick up some points, hit it and quit it, and call off that jam before Slaughterhouse Derby Girls pick up any points on that one.
We're going to try and squeak out one more jam here at least at the end of this bout. Port Scandalous with a commanding lead, but Slaughterhouse not about to give up. We've seen them just clawing their way through this second period, doing whatever it takes.
Number 87, Assault in progress, going to put the star on for Slaughterhouse Derby Girl. She gets knocked to the outside, is going to have to cycle back quickly up on her feet. Mary Magdalene Anya trying to find her way through a 2-wall down there. It looks like 3-wall trying to get her way through to pick up lead jammer status, but last line of defense, 222 for Intense City Rollers, knocks number 87, Assault in Progress, to the outside. She doesn't have to cycle back. She's just got to wait for him to cruise on by. In the meantime, Mary Magdalene Anya picks up lead jammer status for Intense City Rollers.
Port Scandalous commanding this jam, and that's a good spot to be in for the local ladies here. Assault in Progress trying to catch up and get some of those points on the board here at the last minute, but that's not going to happen. Instead, Mary Magdalene Anya is going to call it off, and that's the bout, ladies and gentlemen.
That long last whistle indicates the end of this bout. Unofficial score right now until they're all tallied up. Everybody gets what they deserve. We got 205 to 93. Slaughterhouse Derby Girls.
Of course, even if it's unofficial, you are officially welcomed onto the flat track. Give these girls some Derby love.
That's right. Bring it on down to the oval. Step up to the line, put your arm out, and get a high five from both of these teams. They put it all out there on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for them. Let's hear a round of applause for both of these teams. What do you say? Caffeine-free soda.
Ladies and gentlemen, Port Scandalous.
And the official final score, 205 to 93. Port Scandalous Roller Derby, Intense City Rollers.
And let's hear some Derby love for the Slaughterhouse Derby Girls, folks.
Make some noise. They put it all out there for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the bout. We'll see you guys at the after party. Sticks and Stones tonight. All ages event at Sticks and Stones Billiard Hall. You're gonna want to get on out there. Even if you're watching this online, just get in your car and drive there. You won't be disappointed. Folks, stay tuned. There's still plenty of outing to come.
Make sure to stick around for that Dockyard Derby Dame Sick Town Derby Dolls bout coming up in about 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us down here at the Wild West Showdown.